Welcome back. Today we're tackling a tough topic: how Europe's new 2025 immigration policies are shaking up the dreams of Indian travelers, students, and workers. These aren't just policy changes, they're stories of families, professionals, and students whose futures are suddenly uncertain. Across Europe, stricter rules are leading to more deportations, visa denials, and heartbreak. The ripple effects stretch from Mumbai to Munich, impacting lives in deeply personal ways. We'll break down what's happening country by country to help you understand the real impact behind the headlines. Remember, immigration laws change fast. Always check official sources for the latest updates. This video is for information, not legal advice. Let's dive in. Germany was once the land of Willkommenskultur, a welcoming culture for Indian workers and students. But in late 2024, new laws made it easier to deport and harder to stay. Renewing permits is tougher, salary thresholds are higher, and integration is now a must. Even a small dip in income can put your status at risk. Local offices have more power, leading to anxiety and inconsistent decisions. The once open door is now barely ajar. For many, the dream of Germany is slipping away. France's ideals of liberty and equality are being tested by new, tougher immigration rules. A controversial bill has tightened visa restrictions, hitting Indian students and professionals hard. Students now face a hefty migration deposit, money they only get back if they leave after graduation. For many, this extra cost makes a French education out of reach. Work visas are harder to get, with a shrinking list of in-demand professions and stricter language requirements. Even highly skilled Indians find themselves excluded if their job isn't on the list or their French isn't perfect. Family reunification is now a bureaucratic nightmare, with longer waits and higher income requirements. Many are forced to choose between their careers and their families. At the border, Indian travelers face intense scrutiny. Even with valid visas, entry isn't guaranteed. The message: you may have a visa, but you're not necessarily welcome. France's tough stance is creating a hostile environment for those who contribute to its economy and culture. The ideals of liberté and égalité feel hollow when opportunity is blocked by red tape. For many Indians, the dream of France is slipping away, replaced by frustration and uncertainty. The new policies favor the wealthy and penalize ambition. The emotional toll is high, families separated, careers stalled, dreams deferred. The climate is colder, the welcome less certain. For Indian students and professionals, France is now a much harder place to call home. The barriers are higher, the path less clear. The promise of France is now tangled in bureaucracy. The reality opportunity here comes with more strings than ever. Italy's La Dolce Vita is turning sour for many Indians. A new government has ended amnesty programs, making it nearly impossible for undocumented workers to regularize their status. Legal residents face endless delays renewing their permits, leaving them in limbo, unable to travel, change jobs, or even rent apartments. Indian-owned businesses are under intense scrutiny, with minor infractions leading to heavy fines or closure. Work permit quotas for non-EU nationals have been slashed, creating labor shortages and hurting both immigrants and the Italian economy. The rhetoric has fueled discrimination. Indians report more document checks, suspicion, and xenophobia. The sense of belonging is eroding, replaced by anxiety and disappointment. For many, the dream of Italy is now about survival, not thriving. The bureaucracy is overwhelming, the welcome is fading. The sweet life is now a daily struggle with paperwork and prejudice. The future feels uncertain, and the community's contributions are overlooked. Italy's new policies are pushing immigrants further into the shadows. The hope for a better life is being replaced by fear of losing everything. The reality is harsh opportunity is shrinking and the barriers are growing. For Indians in Italy, the sweetness of La Dolce Vita is slipping away. The dream is now clouded by worry and waiting. Spain's relaxed reputation is gone. New rules are making it tough for Indians to study, work, or start businesses. Student visa requirements now demand proof of funds for the entire stay, catching many off guard and forcing them to abandon their plans. Converting a student visa to a work permit is now a race against time. Graduates must secure a permanent job in their field almost immediately. For most, this is nearly impossible, forcing talented students to leave. Work visas are harder to get, with companies facing stricter labor market tests and endless red tape. Many employers simply give up on hiring non-EU talent. Self-employment visas are now a bureaucratic maze with higher standards and soaring rejection rates. Regional rules add confusion. What works in Barcelona may not in Madrid. Even renewing residency is a struggle, with overloaded systems causing legal status to lapse. The result: missed opportunities, stalled careers, and mounting stress. Spain needs young, skilled people, but its policies are driving them away. The dream of studying or building a business in Spain is buried under paperwork. The open, easygoing Spain is now a fortress of bureaucracy. For Indians, the path to success here is steeper than ever. The siesta is over, the struggle is real, the welcome mat is being pulled away. The Netherlands, once a haven for Indian tech talent, is tightening its doors. The highly skilled migrant program now demands higher salaries, pricing out younger professionals and startups. The popular 30% tax ruling has been scaled back, making relocation less attractive. Residency and integration requirements are tougher, with harder language and culture exams. Universities are limiting international students, switching courses back to Dutch, and reducing opportunities for Indians. Family reunification is slower and more invasive, with long waits and intrusive checks. The narrative has shifted from welcoming talent to managing perceived strain on resources. For many, the sense of betrayal is real. Years of contribution now met with suspicion. The Dutch promise of openness is fading, replaced by exclusion. The rules change fast, and the cost of staying keeps rising. For Indian professionals and students, the Netherlands is no longer the easy choice. The playing field is no longer flat, it's an uphill climb. The welcome mat is being rolled up. The future here is uncertain, and the barriers are higher. The message: only the most privileged need apply. Sweden's reputation as a humanitarian haven is fading fast. A rightward political shift has made immigration policy far stricter, with a focus on return, not integration. Permanent residency now requires higher income, savings, and tough language and civics tests, even for those already in the system. Work permits are harder to get and renew, with higher salary floors that exclude many jobs. Processing delays and zero tolerance for paperwork errors mean even minor mistakes can lead to deportation. Indian students face fewer scholarships and tougher rules for staying after graduation. The message: come pay, then leave. Political rhetoric blames immigrants for social issues, fueling suspicion and exclusion. Everyday life is more stressful. Indians report feeling scrutinized and unwelcome. The open, friendly Sweden is being replaced by bureaucracy and coldness. The Nordic model is now about exclusion, not inclusion. For Indians, the ground is shifting. What was once a land of opportunity is now a place of uncertainty. The rules keep changing and the sense of security is gone. The future in Sweden is more precarious than ever. The welcome is gone, replaced by a chill. The question now: is it worth staying? Austria, once a gateway to Central Europe, is now one of the strictest countries for Indian immigrants. The red-white-red card system favors young German-speaking applicants, shutting out many experienced professionals. Indian students find it nearly impossible to stay after graduation, with narrow windows to secure qualifying jobs. Schengen border controls are tighter. Indian tourists face more questioning and risk of denial, even with valid visas. Deportations are faster, with less time to appeal or prepare. Residence permit renewals are slow and demanding, with any error risking rejection. The constant need to prove your right to stay is exhausting. Political rhetoric lumps all immigrants together, fueling suspicion and making life harder for skilled Indians. The focus is on risk management, not opportunity. For Indians, Austria's beauty is overshadowed by bureaucracy and barriers. The welcome is conditional and precarious. The walls are higher and the scrutiny is relentless. The message: you're a guest, not a resident. The future here is uncertain and the risks are growing. The Alpine fortress is more closed than ever. Europe's changing immigration landscape is rewriting dreams and futures for Indians across the continent. Behind every new rule are real people, families, students, professionals, facing uncertainty and upheaval. The right to move, to seek opportunity is no longer guaranteed. Stay informed, check official sources, and share your experiences below. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe and support the channel. We're a community, let's help each other navigate these times. The situation is evolving. Always rely on official updates for your future. Thanks for watching. Stay safe Stay informed and see you next time.